Hey, what is up, guys? It is Sapnap here with the Banter Podcast, episode 6, with our very, very special guest, Big Q, also known as Quackity.
Quackity, it's me.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great.
It's Alex Quackity himself, born December 28th, 2000, the ripe age of 20, better known online as Quackity, formerly Quackity HQ.
That's true. That's
Why did
me.
you remove the HQ? Where did the HQ come from?
The HQ came from Toontown. That's where it came from.
Oh.
Toontown had these. It's headquarters. It stands for headquarters. People thought it standed for high quality. I'm not that kind of person. It's
No.
it stands for headquarters.
You know what's weird about that?
What?
One of our friends, actually, Quackity, has released some merch that kind of looks like it has Toontown
Oh, really? Like Toontown,
Yeah.
Toontown font?
Yeah.
Oh, who would that be?
George. I think he's gotten some.
It's funny because we do call it the Toontown merch because it looks like it has Toontown
Before we
letters
continue,
on it.
I want to point out Callahan is muted up in this call right now, so this is also a Callahan episode.
Thanks a lot, Callahan, for taking my spotlight.
George also
not cool.
muted in this call. George is not allowed to unmute, unfortunately. Per request from Quackity. Do you want to explain why you don't want George to be a part of this?
Oh, because George is like, even now, he's like typing in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, in Discord chat, just being annoying and intrusive.
That is so true.
Like, I can't get my thoughts together. This is actually going to be a low quality episode just because of George.
You know what? Let's make it the best low quality episode of all time.
Yes, let's do it.
Quackity, I've seen your face in person multiple times this week.
Oh my
and
God,
it's been
you
so
have.
nice.
Really?
It's so nice.
No, yeah, me and Karl have been hanging out, and it's been really fun. I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Like,
we've
just
been
like
in
without me
I've been in
and
California
stuff.
for a Mr. Beast video. Quackity was a part of the Mr. Beast video. We're not going to get into what the video is.
No, let's talk about it.
Actually, we will say this though. Sapnap was invited to be a part of the video, and he turned it down. He turned down the Karl Nappity meetup. Could you imagine?
That's just
Yeah,
just disgusting.
Do you know why?
It is.
I'm bored. I'm lazy. I don't want to go to California.
Yeah, I actually, why didn't you go, Sapnap?
I don't know.
That's fair.
You ever just
that's
like,
so
you know, I had just gotten home, you know, man.
You
Yeah,
offered the
dude.
most insightful answers. We really asked this guy, like, why didn't you go? I don't know.
I will say he did just get home from wherever he was. I don't even remember where he was, but he did just get home from that. And then I remember calling him and being like,
Who cares? He should have
so
came anyway.
true. That is so true.
No one cares.
He could have been
He
a part of
shoulda came.
our fantastic pad thai endeavors last night.
Oh my God. That was, oh my God.
Oh
That
my
was the
God.
craziest thing ever. Can I tell that story?
Yeah, please do.
We went to get pad thai at like 3 a.m. after a bunch of people had just like gone to like Halloween parties. And so I don't know who suggested pad thai.
Honestly, I'll take the bullet. It was me. And whenever he
Okay,
says a
it
bunch
was
of people
Karl.
went to Halloween parties, he means everybody except for us because we're not cool.
I don't know why we were up at 3 a.m. This suspiciously looks like we're trying to cover up like a party, but we're not. We seriously did not do anything last night.
I mean, why
But
would we cover
were
up
hungry
if
at,
we were
like,
cool?
3 a.m.
That is so much cooler.
Just like hanging out, right?
Yep.
And so we went to get pad thai at 3 a.m. at this like super shady place. And the craziest stuff happened like all night long.
We categorize it as this. We categorize it as a bunch of Grand Theft Auto NPCs all went to one place at the same time. And they were all drunk. It was
like all stranger missions at once.
dude.
Like literally it was. Dude, I saw, you didn't see this, Karl, because okay, so everyone went inside. The people we were with, we went. Are we allowed to say?
We were with a few
Just
friends.
the people. The people's fine.
The people went inside to get food, and I was like, I don't want to be in here. I'm going back to the car to sit down. I go back to the car, and I see in front of me. So keep in mind, this is like a parking lot, right? Like a small kind of like plaza parking lot, and to use this parking lot, you had to pay like what, Karl? Like $3?
You had to pay $3.
$3.
That's not even that bad. Are you guys complaining about that?
No,
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
saying it's nothing.
It's nothing, right? I saw 3 people that try to leave the parking lot without paying. And there was this like security guard who seemed like a really nice guy, but when he tried to collect the $3 people weren't paying, you would like get in so many like fights and like arguments with
This
people.
guy,
At one
whatever, I
point-
don't know what he gets paid. Not enough.
Not enough, because at one point he was trying to collect $3 from a car that was leaving. They were not willing to pay $3. So the guy gets in front of their car, and I kid you not, they start accelerating, almost running him over. I'm not even joking. Like they were slowly accelerating, trying to run over the guy. I saw this with my whole own eyes, and the guy would not get out of the way. He was determined to get those $3 from the guys.
I feel
that
like-
guy went through like 3 more situations like that very same night.
This is where I jump in.
I feel like no, this is where I jump in. I feel like I kind of understand. Like, I feel like if I was doing that job, I would just be pissed. Like, really, dude, you don't want to pay $3 when you're.
Well,
in
here's the thing.
BMW?
Here's the thing. I'll say this.
Like, I would have been mad.
I'll say this. Maybe it is kind of over the top that you have to pay to park your car to get food, right? Okay, yeah, that's kind of a bit much. And it's not like a grandiose parking lot. This is like literally like a little street. So that's kind of a little bit frustrating. I get that. I will also say, though, it's clearly labeled that it is $3 to park there, right? Like, there's nobody, he's not like bamboozling anybody with this. Also, this is where I jump in. Quackity went to the car to like take a little nap ski, okay? I was there because I was the one ordering the food. I'm standing there waiting in line. It's really, it turns out apparently everybody after they have a Friday night Halloween party want to go get pad thai at 3 a.m. So we're in line and I'm sitting there waiting. And this guy next to me like nudges his arm against the person next to me, indicating that they're too close in line. Like we were too close to him.
I saw that.
And then he steps away a little bit. And then he does it again to another person in my group. And at this point, I'm like, dude, you have space to your... Just move out of the way. We're standing in this cramp. He did it 2 times. He did it 2 separate times.
Once. I didn't know he did it a second time.
He did it 2 separate times. I was like, oh my God.
Keep in mind, the place was like super tiny. It's not like we were purposefully close. But plus, everyone was like maxed up inside, right?
Yeah. Everybody's masked up.
The place was
it's not
tiny
like...
to begin with. The place was tiny to begin with.
And
so like the line was super close to each other.
I'm going to say we weren't that close to him. We weren't,
right? That's what I was going to say. I was like, were we even that close?
No. Dude, you missed most of what happened that night, though. Because then I explained, hey, it's just we're ordering a to-go order because I know that you wanted to jet. I kind of wanted to leave. And she was like, oh, right this way. Let's get a table. And I was like, I feel like she didn't know what I meant about the to-go order thing. But we sat at the table nonetheless. Okay. We were waiting there. Finally, like about 20 minutes later, the lady comes up to us and takes her order. And then we're like, oh, but that's all to go. And she's like, to go? You didn't say that. And then I was like, oh, I promise I super did. Though. And then she's like, okay, well, just come to the front of the line and I'll type it in and then check you out. And I was like, perfect. So I kind of like go back onto the line, but in the front now. Meanwhile, I had been sitting on that table for like 20 minutes. So most of the people that are in the line, it's like a brand new line, right? And the guys that I step in front of, I just hear them go, you know what I mean? And like getting kind of angry, like alpha angry. And I was like, oh boy. I was like actually kind of prepping myself. And then the guy, 2 people behind me goes, this is just ridiculous. And then the guy behind me taps my shoulder. He goes, hey, buddy. And I'm like, oh, God. So I turn around. I'm like, hey, man, what's up?
Here he goes.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he goes, yeah, how about you wait in the line like the rest of us, huh? And I'm like, hey.
Describe this guy. I want to know the description of this guy.
I can explain him perfectly. He goes to college right now. But he also looks like he's been 30 since he was 15, probably. He has a blue flannel shirt, and this dude is like ripped enough that he like lifts up the gym that you're doing pull-ups in, right? Like he's
lifting the entire
he's
gym.
just
That's
lifting
crazy.
the gym itself.
Gym.
So this man, I'm not kidding. He goes, hey, buddy. And I'm like, oh. Right? Like, I'm like, oh, man. He goes, how about you wait in line like the rest of us? But this lady right now is at the register. She's checking in all my items. So I'm like, oh, like I already did wait through the line. And then I got to the table and then she told me to come up here. And then he goes, no. And then he points to the guy behind him. He's like, this guy said this. And you know what? Frankly, I'm going to have to agree with him. I think you need to get to the back line right now.
Oh my God.
And then, but he's like pumping up his shoulders a little bit. I saw him like inject steroids right then and there. Maybe not that part, but so
just in front of the
just in front, just right
store.
there. Just I'm telling you, he did pump up his shoulders like this dude was ready to like
Gets a few
get in a
pumps in
Logan
and
Paul
everything.
style boxing match with me, right? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Sure, you go ahead of me, dude. I do not care enough. So I get out of line and I start walking to the back, and then he goes, hey, can I get a to-go order? And I hear him say that, and then I hear the lady go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm with this gentleman right here. And then she points at me, and I was like, oh, no. Now I have to go back.
Now I'm gonna die.
Now I'm gonna die. And then so I step back to the front and I'm like, oh, sorry about that. And then I like tip the lady because I felt bad that she had to go through that. And I'm just standing there and he goes, this is just ridiculous. And then he storms out. And then that's the last time I saw him.
Wait, so he left?
He left because he was the next person. He was literally the next person in line. And by the way, to get through that line, you had like that guy was there for at least 20 minutes. Like at least 20 minutes, and he couldn't.
We were there for like at least an hour and a half. We should have probably done the same thing and left.
Yeah, we should have left. But the pad thai ended up being really good.
Oh, really?
I bet you it tasted delicious after that.
It was really good. I had some shrimp pad thai.
But yeah, no, that was a pad thai story.
Listen, are you a pad thai guy, Sapnap? Because Quackity had never had pad thai.
I love pad thai.
There's a lot of foods I haven't like actually tried ever.
That's
not
terrible.
not very long ago. I tried sushi for the first time.
It's
me, really good.
Also with me.
Yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's a lot of foods I haven't tried still. I will say, hanging out with Karl has like extended my what's it called? Like my taste palette.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a foodie.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of foods I've still yet to try.
It's Halloween upon the release of this episode. What is your plan, Quackity?
I don't know. Hang out with you. Probably.
We're just gonna be twiddling our thumbs together.
Like honestly, I'd have no plans because here's the thing: I've never even been used to celebrating Halloween because since I've lived in Mexico for most of my life, we don't have Halloween.
What?
Well, we do, but I find it kind of like annoying because we already have a way better Halloween called Day of the Dead.
Yeah, I envy
it's
Day
way
of the Dead
nicer
so much.
and it's way brighter and it represents Mexico way better. It's kind of frustrating when you see people in Mexico celebrating Halloween when we already have a much better version of the festivity.
Yeah.
Right? So I've never been used to doing Halloween. Maybe you'll give me my introduction, Karl. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Maybe buy me a little costume.
We have to get
little
lit
sexy
today
costume?
upon the release of this. It's going to be last second costume shopping. We're going to get some
Oh my
costumes.
I don't
it's
have
gonna
a
look
costume.
fantastic. You don't have a costume?
I don't have a costume. I don't.
Yeah, I noticed that because he posted pictures with Dream pretending to have costumes, and one of them you were literally wearing.
I was gonna say.
He was wearing a
none of these are
Houston
really
Rockets
costumes.
hoodie, a Houston Rockets hoodie.
Well, that's not even like it. I'm wearing my only red hoodie, right?
But you called it.
And
You
I'm
literally
wearing,
called
I'm wearing
it.
the Squid
man
Game
ordered-
mask.
Halloween.
I'm wearing the Squid Game mask.
My man ordered PlayStation mask for $344 on Amazon. Next day shipping.
Dude, that
And
mask.
Warren
That
said,
mask
this
is
is
cool.
my mask.
He actually tweeted it and said more of a Halloween costume photo shoot soon.
Dude, it looks good. I don't even know why you're trolling.
Okay, I will say I really liked Dream's costumes. I liked yours as
Yeah.
well. I thought
Yeah,
so.
his shoe game got better.
His shoe game got better.
did it?
Certified by
Did it?
I'm still
Corpse
keeping that
Husband
line in
himself
the
said
diss
that.
track though. I'm still keeping the line in the diss track
Yeah,
though.
that's so. I
about
mean,
the
better
shoes.
doesn't mean perfect, right?
Exactly. There's some work that can be done.
There's definitely
Yeah.
work that needs to be done. You know me. I was rocking the Yeezys.
Because you're so disgustingly rich, probably.
He is
That's
so-
why.
Oh,
It's
okay,
disgusting.
Quackity.
Listen.
Quackity was actually like the #1 richest person ever.
Oh, we didn't even tell the story.
Which one?
What's the story?
Okay, we hear about a Spotify a birthday party. Not birthday.
Oh my
A Spotify Halloween party.
I'll tell this story.
Okay, please do.
I have no parties. This is.
No, we didn't go to the. Well, explain it, Quack.
No, we didn't go. But we were passing a street that had this like it was like a hangout and it had a big Spotify logo on the top, right?
Yeah. So
And
apparently,
so we passed it like hours ago.
yeah.
And then further into the night, as we were bored, we was like, "Hey, should we just like go see like what that was all about?"
Okay,
So,
I'm just gonna say
we get-
it. We just wanted
Yeah.
to see if they would have let us in because
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
invite
yeah.
only, and we sure didn't get invites.
That's true.
So we just wanted to
That's
see
true.
if we were able to get in. That was really what
And
it
keep
was.
in mind that was my mentality the entire time. I was
Yeah.
like, "Can we get in?"
Yeah, yeah.
So what we did, so we drove by, we stopped in front of the hangout. There's a guy there, and I asked, "Hey, is it over?" He's like, "Yeah, it ended like 30 minutes ago." For some reason.
wait.
For some reason.
So let me explain where
What?
we're at now. Our car
what do you
is
mean?
parked in front of this Spotify hangout, invite
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
only, off limits. Lizzo was there. Lizzo is now
Oh,
gone. It's been over for 30
It's
full
over
minutes.
30 minutes.
He just
30 full
explained that
minutes.
to us. And what is Quackity?
That's right. And in my mind, I was like, hey, it would be cool if we got into this place. So I was like, Carl had the shotgun seat. So I tell the guy,
He points at me.
hey, he has like a big podcast. You think we can get in?
This guy is a big podcast.
Keep in mind, the party's like already over at this point.
And
I'm like, hey.
his last sentence to us was that it was closed now. And then Quackity goes, hey, but he has a big podcast. Can we get in? And then
Yeah,
the guy
maybe they would have like started up the hangout again, and they could have called Lizzo, told Lizzo to come back.
Lizzo, ma'am, you need to get back here fast.
Get back now.
Hurry.
These guys, they say they got a podcast.
And I just want to give credit to that guy because there is no time where I'm in that guy's shoes and I'm smiling after that. There is no scenario I'm smiling, and that guy had the fakest smile, but he just kept it for so long. I was so proud of him.
I was in that point in time, I was your manager, and I was like, okay, listen, Carl, we're gonna get you in, even if it's over. We're gonna get you in. That was so fun. That was like actually so fun because we were just like messing around. We weren't actually doing like.
It was so fun.
It was so like last night was like probably one of the funner nights we've had for sure.
I'm glad that for the Halloween episode we decided to have somebody that grew up without Halloween.
It's true. It's kind of interesting.
we accidents were made. I didn't know that Halloween was just was like mostly an American thing.
I actually
It is.
I actually didn't.
It is.
I actually did not know that either. But it's like
Actually, no. I think it could be worldwide. I'm not sure.
They don't have it in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Neither.
Nope.
Oh. Well, here's the thing.
How do you
like,
know
the
that?
whole-
You Australian?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Day of the Dead is like I've never heard it being talked about outside of Mexico. The thing that popularized it was the movie Coco from Disney.
Dude.
I think that's what really brought out that festivity out to like the entire world. So it is kind of crazy how like I don't know. I still don't know if like Halloween is strictly to the US or not.
Well, George just messaged and chimed in saying that he also has Halloween. So that's something to take into consideration.
He's lying. He just
I think
wants
he is
to
lying.
feel
Yeah.
a part.
He is lying.
All right, well, Quackity, since it is Halloween time and stuff, and I have my Sapnap special question that I ask every guest, and that question,
Oh my gosh.
are you excited?
No, actually I'm not.
Why?
That's so fair.
I feel Sapnap. I feel like the Sapnap question can be very much more fruitful.
No, I
Yeah?
like this question.
Dude, I agree.
Look,
It's like it's a good question. Don't get me wrong, but
this is where you
you
got it
can
wrong.
ask something more fruitful.
This is
have
where
you
you
ever
have it-
had any near-death experiences?
Look, this is where you got it wrong, okay? It's not about you. It's about me. I asked this question because I want to know the answer to it.
Okay.
Not for literally not for a single thing else. So, Quackity, you already know this question, obviously, because you're like, I think it should be more fruitful.
Ask your question. Ask
have
away.
you ever had a ghost encounter? Well, first of all, do you believe in ghosts? And if you do, answer that. And then regardless of your answer, have you ever had a ghost encounter? Go.
I feel like there is a somewhat spiritual element of the world that cannot be described really.
Amen.
I feel like there is something out there, right? I don't know if ghosts is the right term, but I do feel like there's a presence of something there.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, no, I don't have any ghost stories. All right, bye.
Thanks a lot, Sapnap.
See, that's it.
Well, maybe you have some
No,
ghost
no.
stories.
That's all I'm saying.
That is
If
the
you
problem.
get a guess that has no ghost stories, your question is screwed, Sabina. But I do. In your fortune, I do have a ghost story.
Let's
You're
hear
the first
it.
one.
See,
You're
here's the
It's
thing.
not that
one.
interesting.
It's high risk,
not
high
that
reward.
interesting.
See?
It is, exactly. It is high risk, high reward. Like, I'm getting, like, rewarded right now. You are rewarding me, Big Q.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Hold the rush. Anyway,
Yeah,
go on.
and I
Quackity, go
will.
on.
Well, it's not that interesting, but it's eerie. It's scary.
No, guys, don't worry. Stay tuned. It's extremely exciting.
When I what are you running an ad?
No.
We are.
Okay. So when I was like 17, 18, I was in my home in Mexico.
Yep.
And it was like around 4 p.m. and nobody was home but me. I was the only person home. And my room is kind of like connected to another room which you cannot access from the outside, right? So I'm just sitting there, laying there. I think I was like reading a book or something. And I kid you not, from the door to the room that doesn't allow anyone to get in from the outside, I just hear this.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
no.
and I freak out. I swear that's I froze. And I'm like, okay, probably just the wind or something. I don't know how that would happen. I hear it again.
Oh, probably the wind again.
So, dude, I'm scared at this point.
Yeah,
I just
holy
like
cow.
exit my room and didn't go back in until there was like somebody at the house again. It was the scariest thing ever to me. And I have no idea. There's no explanation
I'll
for
explain
it.
it to
Someone
you.
knocked my door.
I'll explain it to you. There was a tree. The tree branch went.
You're telling me there is a tree inside the other room.
It was
Are you
knocking
kidding me?
on
There's
a
a
door.
tree.
Wait. It went from the other room. I thought it was like on the outside. Like,
No,
put your
no,
listening
it was
ear
from the
Oh.
room. It was from the room itself.
All right, I got something to let you know. It was me.
Okay. Well, why didn't you tell me? And that's kind of weird because we didn't know each other at that point.
And
yet,
also,
so-
you
isn't it crazy how recently we've all met?
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, that's also weird to me because I had watched your content for longer than I've known you.
You told
That
me
is
that.
weird.
That is
Carl's
so
literally
weird.
a fanboy.
I was. Quackity.
Right. Mhm.
Sapnap asked his question. This is my new episodic question. I don't know if you heard
It's
me ask
so
Ludwig.
dumb.
This is so much better because it's way more open-ended. Quackity, it tells a lot about you. What is your favorite cartoon/animation of all time?
Ooh.
See? That's a good one.
Okay, so I have an interesting answer for this.
Okay.
I think
I'll give you a hint. Ludwig said Avatar: The Last Airbender.
it's gonna sound like a joke. It might
Okay.
sound like a joke, but hands down, I think the best cartoon to ever exist.
Okay.
And this was only in its peak because the newer version is like crappy, right?
Oh god.
I'm talking like old school. Tom and Jerry.
No, why is that a joke? That's so good.
Tom and Jerry, I think, is hands down the best cartoon ever made. Tom and Jerry is universally praised because of its simplistic concept. Cat chasing rat, and
R.I.P.
the concept between cat chasing rat is the fact that they set a bunch of traps for each other. There's like this little story to it. An old guy in his deathbed can enjoy it as much as a little kid can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anyone from all ages
I
can
don't
enjoy it.
enjoy it.
Not to mention.
Even at my age, like this is entertaining to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Tom and Jerry
Something that you
is
didn't
like
even bring
a
up.
universal type of cartoon.
It's universal even past
everyone
that.
can enjoy it.
Because literally there's like
Yeah.
almost no words said in every single episode.
No words.
That is ridiculous.
And the animation is so good.
And the
I
storytelling.
don't know if you know, but like doing animation like that, and like I'm looking up on the Wikipedia page. It released in 1940 and it went all the way to 1967. If you go and see a Tom and Jerry
Wait, it started in
clip right
1940?
now- yeah.
Wait, that's kind of insane, actually.
The animation is like so impressive, and again, it's like something that everyone can enjoy. So if the answer to your question is Tom and Jerry.
And you know what? That's an extremely good answer. Honestly, last one was just Ludwig said Avatar: The Last Airbender because it's good.
What do you mean? It's like, what are the three? It's either
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender or like SpongeBob
dude.
or whatever.
Tom and Jerry is great.
And don't get me wrong, there's incredible cartoons out there, right? You've got like Foster's Home, you've got, like you said in the last one, because I saw that one, you said Ed and Eddie.
Yes.
Like there's some really good cartoons over there.
Yeah.
But everyone has like their own type of taste and preference.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tom and Jerry is liked by most people and can be liked by most people, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but
No.
that's the way I see it.
I feel like nobody's like pissed off that Tom and Jerry's on the screen except for the new movie. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
bad.
right?
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic answer. You're so right on this one. And wow, you probably agree that that's way better than the ghost question, to be honest.
No, there's no way. Come on, the first question is good.
Here's the thing: everyone has
It's
watched
fruitful.
cartoons in their life. Not
That's not
everyone
true.
has
That's
had
not true.
a ghost
That's not true.
experience.
That's not
Dude,
true. That's
if,
not
you
true.
never
if somebody
watched
hasn't
cartoons.
watched
Not-
cartoons in their life, I don't even want them on the podcast. How about that?
That's not true. Not everyone's watched cartoons in their life.
Who hasn't?
Just saying.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Somebody.
Maybe that's so. Quackity, I feel like you've been in a lot of arcs in your life as a Twitch streamer and online personality as a whole. Where do you see your next move?
Oh my gosh.
Going to Mixer. Woo!
Yeah.
Quackity's going to Mixer.
No. So here's the thing. George hates when I do this, but I always try to keep like my future plans so secretive just because I don't want to like jinx them in any way.
That's fair.
So I never say exactly, but all I'm saying is that I've wanted to revolutionize the concept of live streaming for so long. And there's so many ways in mind that I know how to do it, and I'm gonna do it. I don't think live streaming should come down to, hey, click button, go live and leave. I think there's so much more to it. It's like an art form. So you said specifically Twitch, or like in Twitch, related to live streaming. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna say exactly what, but I feel like there's so much to do. There's so much things that can happen with the live streaming concept, and I'm going to lead that change.
Dude, I agree.
Oh.
I agree. No, I agree 100%. That's why I feel like that's why I gravitate towards you, is I think both you and I like to look at stuff in a way where you're like, I don't really.
Oh, wait. Wait.
That's why
you just singled out Sapnap.
That's why I think I gravitate so far away from Sapnap and so much closer to Quackity. No, I'm just kidding.
Here's the thing. My entire career, I think the reason I think I've lasted in this space for so long, I attribute it to wanting to take a step further, right?
Yeah.
And wanting to go the extra mile with things. I don't like to just, sit and do what everyone else is doing. I want to do something that'll change things and that has replay value, the things that people will see in like 5 years and be like, hey, when he did this was really good and I really enjoyed it. So I'm always living for the present, right?
Yeah.
To make sure that people are loving my stuff now. In the future, I'll have to change it up. I'll do different things because that's the way, I operate and my brain operates. My brain will want me to do different things all the time. So at the end of the day, I just want to make the best content possible now.
So, and I don't know if you remember, Quackity, but I told you that like when I first started talking to you, that's why I think that you have maintained relevancy for so long, is because you do a good job at like not necessarily like riding the waves of what's happening right now, but kind of like helping create the waves, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Quackity creates waves. That's the title of this podcast.
It's gonna be something different.
The thing is, I have something in my career now that I haven't had in the longest time, which is like the flexibility with what kind of content I can produce.
Yeah.
I feel like the current audience that I have now, like you said, will enjoy just about anything I put out. And that gives me a lot of creative freedom with the things I do. And that's not something I can say I've always had.
No,
so
because
that's pretty cool.
Because I had, I guess, kind of recently announced that that I'm working on like a comic book series, right? And it's like early development, like early development. And that's like actually something that I was genuinely extremely nervous about, because I mean, I grew up reading comics, and like I remember on the bus on the way to college, I was reading comics all the time, right? But I know a lot of our fans do not read comics. So I was like, dude, what? The amount of people that whenever I announced that, the amount of people I saw tweeting stuff like, oh, this is going to be like the first comic in my collection. I'm excited to like get into it. Like, it's so cool that they're all like on board with like being down to be be into, at least give a shot every single thing that we try to do,
which is great. That's just fantastic.
It is nice.
Listen, we're getting close to the end of the podcast, so I do want to thank C. Grace, who literally yesterday gave a 5-star review to us on Apple Podcasts saying, such a great podcast, can't wait for the next one to come out. Always pass the time with this. Karl and Sapnap make everything so exciting. As long as you guys don't have Quackity, I'm super excited for the next episode.
Ooh.
Also, that last sentence didn't actually exist. Quackity, where the heck can they find you?
They can find me on every platform ever with the name Quackity. But I've got some really exciting plans coming up.
Woo! Thank you so much.
Any dream SMP lore?
Ooh. Perhaps.
Maybe? Yeah, we've been talking. Don't worry about that stuff now. We've been talking. Anyway, listen, guys, thanks so much for listening. You can follow us on Spotify. That is the best way to support us right now. You can 5-star on Apple Podcast. You could check out Quackity, another perfect way to support us. I'm Karl. This is Sapnap. This has been Banter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Woo!
Oh, wait, one more thing.